Her crash down, it's a very slight tweaks towards Rel, I would say. Like, her crash down shield's a little bit lower, gives her a little less tankiness in the early game. That was the priority of the nerfs for Riot. But we see
lane swap that comes through. We oftentimes just see teams swap both bot lanes up to top side, and then it's whatever. We're not really thinking about that initial Drake, but with it being an Infernal Drake, ThunderTalk not swapping their bot lane up allows them to pick this one up nice and quickly. It moves them on towards Drake stacking.
Great ward out of Hoya, though. He had the, the tingle in the back of his neck that something may be afoot on this top side. Now he's going to use the Dominus again to cut away the dive. Weaver's Wall comes across, but Hoya really on top of these top lane plays. Once again, uses the Dominus to cut down the wave and shuts down the dive.
Yep, and that's going to be just wasted time right here for NIP. Setab was even moving his way up. He's now going to be able to catch this next wave in peace. And second Drake going over to ThunderTalk. Drake stacking going to be a big part of their game plan.
Naked is out of position to try and cover his AD carry. Leaf has burned Flash and Cleanse, but Flash forward. 1xN gets the Blade Caller root down. Leaf's trying to pump all the damage out in the Transcendent form, and he will trade his life with Aki's. Both marksmen pick up the first 2 kills of our game. For NIP, it's been never getting in a good setup spot, and for TT, they've always traded under those turret dives. This time, there's no turrets to worry about. All they're using is their vision advantage to pick off a Niket that thought he had a free trip back to base. Well, guess what, Niket? You get a faster trip back to base this time. Macro set up here. Drop the Herald mid. You don't really care as much about the crash. What you're getting here is first prio on the wave and first track towards that dragon.
Absolutely, because it's freezing multiple members of ThunderTalk underneath that tower. Through comes the Weavers. 1xN kind of caught by himself, but actually is going to be just fine to walk this one out. Tower very, very low. Should fall. Yeah, they're actually going to be able to get this full tower, and now they get that priority walk down towards this objective. Setab.
The poly execution was already used, but a flash on top. Solo kill in his namesake, knocking down Setab, and that's really going to give NIP all the control on this map. They have the dragon position. Now they're catching cleanses off of Feather. It's a 5v4. Solo kill has TP, even if there was a fight to break out on this bot side. Playing the map superbly. NIP really even out our game state here. They shut down that WinCon Bloxer. They even the gold up, and now we're all square. Virtually on even footing, and as this game goes on, the matchup swings heavily towards Ambessa versus this one. This is where Renekton 1-2 items is going to be most potent, I feel. Solo kill is in prime position. But talking on builds here, Bloxer, well, we might have to wait a moment as the Ket's going to get a great flash, spear, lance charge, and Setab goes in between worlds into his own death in that seismic shove. NIP making it a point to pick off Setab's poor side.
A rough series of plays right here for ThunderTalk. They've done well for themselves in the early game, but we're talking about it, right? Have they pulled themselves far enough ahead to avoid some mistakes? I was expecting these mistakes to be overall map play mistakes, rather than Setab just getting caught twice in a row. The response out of ThunderTalk, they're going to push down this mid lane tier 1 tower. They get a huge chunk of damage onto it, but
Weaver's Wall value from Doyen B. They're going to set up the cease and desist. The Paranoia goes down over top. They're going all in after Feather, though, who just turns it back with the charm. Great flash to get over from the crash down. 1xN's going to eliminate Nayo, and they trade Feather out. Aki, though, has to run away from the Transcended Leave, who drops the Arc of Ruin and a whole lot of autos into him to pick up the multi-kill.
There we go, that's what a 2-item Yanara can do. Leave just stepping up, walking. It really was. It got super split early on. Feather tries to go in to get people off of his ADC, and it does work, but Arki has also flown in as well. I think Arki really just needs to use that.
The map state not doing so hot for them right now. Look at the top lane where they're just dropping waves in their tier 2 turret, but when you're behind, you start making gambles, and Otacon is going to be the big gamble here. All the ultimates are back online. Keep your eyes on Nayo and Solo Kill, who are going to be flying in first here for NIP as the Otacon goes below 4k HP. Hoya in a 1v1 of his own. It's Feather to actually secure the Otacon with the Unseen Spellbook Smite. Aki going to go all in after Nayo, but look at Solo Kill. He just has too many shields to really deal with. Goes into the powerful execution after the backside, but maybe it was a little too far, too early. Cease Assist does come through, and there's Nayo to finally shut down Setab once more, and 1xN has no more frontline, no more peel left, and it's Doyen B and Nayo to shut this one down. The Blade Caller won't even save it for TT. A wipe kill for NIP. Ace, and guess what? They did it all without their hyper kill.
Feather to be there first. This is just really an odd decision out of ThunderTalk.
Oh, and picture, we have a pick coming through again. It's Feather that surrenders his life. That's the value of the Talia showing out there, and NIP really just showcasing that they've been much more pristine on the map ever since we shifted in the mid game, and they're going to even up the turrets, and Setab is going to get picked off again for a third time, caught out by Niket CC. 3 deaths in a row for Setab alone on a side lane.
And at this point, it's just going to be Hoya with a decent little lead. NIP, they're even going to put themselves back to even in terms of these Drakes, and they feel like they are in complete control of this game. Something's going on. There we go. Now they have information.
Hoya still has yet to respawn. He's going to get up now. He's going to teleport in. But look at the engagement from Niket. He's immediately going after what I said. He gets the Featherstorm out early. So that one self-peel tool for Thundertalk's AD carry is down. The problem for Niket is he had to Hex Flash over a wall into the enemy jungle. So Niket, in a tough spot here, is going to give another kill over to Thundertalk. I like the play, but NIP not on the same page. They give up the Baron play. Dragon for free. I like that they're not having Nio come over in case CT were rushing down the Baron. He's still in position to, hero steal it if needed, and Doinby and Solo Kill have more than enough damage to get NIP onto Soul Point with 3 straight Chemtech Drakes.
The members are, and that's the problem, right? On our screen, Solo Kill is dead to rights. He's completely by himself. On Thunder Talks, they think there's a lot of members of NIP hiding off in the brushes, and they were too scared to pull the trigger. It may well come back to bite them, because now they're going to have to fight around this Baron in a straight-up 5v5. And on top of that, a couple of third items have now been completed. Actually, third items now onto every single NIP member that matters.
No death cap for Satab just yet.
Yeah.
IE is done for 1xN. There's a ton of damage actually goes on to the Nio, but look at this catch. It's Satab again caught out. So frustrating. TT never allowed to get in a good position because they're constantly getting picked off, and now they have to surrender more terrain. Mid-tier 1 definitely going to go down. And that gives even more credence for NIP to push their vision line.
Solo Kill straight over onto this Drake. That is going to be...
what are you going to do?
They could just have to do this, right? You're losing out on Soul.
Okay, now Doinby's going to TP over. Solo Kill is going to get Chemtech Soul.
NIP
are going to have Chemtech Soul. TT, quit standing around, man. It's like an awkward middle school dance. You can go out there and dance. You can look for an angle, at least to fight. You're
going to get ahead, right? This is the thing. You're not going to get a big lead over your opponents by sitting here and watching them play. Oh, 1xN.
He gets slowed up. There's the Featherstorm out. Feather's going to immediately snap to engage. He gets on to leave, but Niket provides enough of a cushion, and Feather's going to go down. Again, the TT bot lane tries to rescue a bad game state for their squad, but it's just too little too late by this point. Feather goes down. They do knock out Leave, thanks to the Aki paranoia, but Baron's the call now for NIP.
And they head straight back on towards this one. It's not ideal to lose your ADC, so we'll see if Thundertalk now feel confident enough to be able to step up and fight. This is your opportunity, but they are down a couple of these big ultimates.
Toya still has his dominance, but Niket has found him out. Good flash to get over the seismic shove. And again, Hoya showing close to the pit. Stops the Baron take. Nio, you still got aggro, my friend. And they're going to have to constantly try and if they can get a health bar check here for Aki. For the NIP with Leave back up, though, 50-50 should never be in the realm. You are much stronger. Can they look for a fight here? Doinby's going to throw down the Weaver's Wall. Not a ton of value. Hoya with the dominance popped is going to try going to the back end. Solo Kill holding the front line for now. The Baron goes below 4k HP. There's the paranoia. Satab over the wall in Invis. Gonna drop them between worlds. Hold the carries at bay. Hoya's able to knock down Niket. Aki does finally fly in, and it's able to get Lee picked off once again. There's the Guardian Angel out of Nio, but he's got to get way out of dodge. Gets back over the wall, and somehow, someway, TT are starting to find a thriving fight. Feather gonna look for another knockup. Gets Doinby picked off. He has to flash away. Solo Kill dishing out so much damage, but this time 1xN safely steps up, gets the Blade Caller down. Doinby able to limp away, but somehow TT down.
Inara does hurt. Oh, the timing from 1xN.
Oh, hold on, Boxer. Picture in picture. All right, TT are now doing the Baron, and they are going to commit into a 50-50, but Aki makes it a 100-0 with the lights going out. This game continues to surprise. TT have now stolen Baron in front of NIP, and brought the gold all the way back to just a measly 2k.
Slayer, are Thundertalk doing it? Are they wrestling this one back into their control? It feels like the beginning, right? We have been sat, staring at Baron since it spawned 12 minutes ago. This is a long time in the
wave states to threaten an Elder take at 40 minutes.
Exactly, this is a good push happening down through the bottom side of the map for Thundertalk. NIP, they try to establish themselves a little bit of mid lane control, but Hoya is there, and this is going to be a bit of a flip, potentially. Teleport going to come in. Hoya now going to rejoin his team. The battle lines have been drawn.
The last 40 minutes mean nothing. This final fight should decide our game this deep in. 40 minutes goes to the wayside. The next 30 seconds is what matters. The Weaver's Wall going to delay TT from stepping back up, but the lights go back out. Who is going to get the Elder? It's secured. It's the smite. The revenge of Aki on the main stage as NIP are just going to get deleted by the Greybeard's Blue Flame. Not even a single TT member should drop outside of Hoya. It's 4 for 1. TT going to finish what they started and take a 1-0 lead.
Solo Kill is going to be the only remaining member. Hoya will die, and so you've got one last hope, but it should not be enough. ThunderTalk, they've been behind this entire game. They had so many people caught out of position, head-scratching decision after head-scratching decision, but NIP, they stalled this game out for far too long, and they are going to pay the ultimate price.
And one more Bellows Breath of Elder buff on to Solo Kill will do it. 41 minutes of decent